Welcome everyone. Hello today. Today is August 22nd, the first week of the fall. Coming back to school. The university just started yesterday. So welcome all the students in Iowa City. Welcome all the students in the Big Ten and the Upper Midwest. Welcome back to college, back to the university, all 30+ thousand of you. And may you have just a great semester coming up where learning is the quest, and your quest may be quenched, and your thirst for learning and your hunger for knowledge will be satisfied. And just follow the path with a heart when you're here. Just one question when you're doing any of this stuff, like whatever class you're taking, when you're in your reflective mode, just whatever decisions you're making about what topic to choose, what to write about, what sculpture to create, what painting that you may want to do, what musical piece, whatever you're in your interdisciplinary journey through this wondrous thing called the university, just ask yourself one question. Does this path have a heart? And if this path has a heart, hey, you're good to go. You're good to go for a long time because you're following your own path. You're following the path with a heart. And so each of us has dreams, and each of us has gifts. And may you unfold your gifts in the golden eternity of your time here at the university. And in the golden eternity of this hour of GreenFire, where we kind of cuddle up and get cozy around the electronic campfire of this what do you want to call it? Alchemical ions of transference called television. That's something definitely alchemical in the ions. Maybe you get cozy around the GreenFire of this golden eternity of this hour. So much is going on right now, it's enough to make your head spin. Not only this way, but that way and around the bend. So you know, when you get overload, media overload, just shut it down. Shut the news off. Just take a fast from the news from time to time, just so you can keep sane in Babylon. For it's kind of if you're not crazy in Babylon, there's something wrong with you. So when that's happening, shut down the electronic instruments, all electronic devices, and just roll away the dew. Go get barefoot and roll away the dew. That roll away the dew is just for you, dear friends. Roll away the dew. And today is a Tibetan prayer flag for all the different races of humanity. Blue, white, red, yellow, and green. All the root races of humanity. Blue, yellow, white, red, green. And in the Lakota way, red, yellow, black, and white. May the peace prevail upon all the rainbow hoops of all the nations of humanity, and all the hues of humanity, of Hunabku, which is the great center of the Milky Way galaxy. And may peace prevail upon earth in your heart and our heart, all around this beautiful Turtle Island, North American continent, and all around this beautiful planet known as the water planet. And may water blessings pour abundantly and flow upon you in all joyous dimensions as a waterfall, as a water fountain, as swift running currents. And may you be blessed and wash your spirit clean on this Gaia, Mother Earth planet. And as was stated earlier, there's a lot going on right now. So sometimes we step back and take a little breathing exercise where we go, breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. Here we begin to find our center. In that center of breathing, we say, in Lakash, I am another yourself. Alakan, you are another myself. We breathe in Lakash, I am another yourself. Alakan, breathe out. You are another myself. Breathe in, Alakan, you are another myself. Breathe out, in Lakash, I am another yourself. Breathing in Lakash, I am another yourself. Breathing out, Alakan, you are another myself. We're centering in, and then this centering in throughout this golden eternity of this GreenFire hour. May we, dear friend, discover again, once again, with beginner's mind, that the center holds. The center holds. The center of our being, the center of our community, the center of our family, the center of our friends, the center of our neighborhood, the center of our neighbors, the center of our villages and hamlets and small towns and medium-sized cities, and the center of big cities. And we find the center holds. And the center holds in all the different bioregions of North America. The driftless bioregion, the Great Lakes bioregion, the Northern California, Upper North Pacific Northwest, Ish Nation, Cascadia bioregion, all the way to the Eastern Seaboard and the Cotulla bioregion, the Hudson River bioregion, the Chesapeake Bay bioregion, the Nova Scotia Bay of Fundy bioregion, in the Southwest, in the Great Golden Southwest, Grand Canyon bioregion, in the Rocky Mountains, the Great Colorado Plateau bioregion, the Kanza, Arkansas River bioregion, the Mississippi River bioregion, all the bioregions, the Okefenokee Swamp bioregion in Florida, the Delta bioregion, the West Texas bioregion of the Pecos, the San Juan, Colorado, the Rio Grande, the Lake Superior, up in the Dakotas, the Lakota bioregion, the Blackfoot bioregion, the Bitterroot Mountains of Montana, and the Yellowstone bioregion of Wyoming, the Grand Targhee and the Snake River bioregion in Idaho, the Great Columbia River bioregion in Washington and Oregon, and the Great Basin and the Great Salt Lake in Utah and Nevada, all the bioregions of Turtle Island, including Mexico and Canada and Alaska, the Great Yukon, the Great White North, the Great Arctic Circle, all the way down to the Central America and the Quiche Highlands and the Yucatan Peninsula, in Belize and Costa Rica, and Guatemala and El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama. That's just North America. All the nations of South America as well. Venezuela, Colombia, Bolivia, Ecuador, Uruguay, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, and all the other countries. Also in the Mediterranean and in the Pacific, Micronesia, Polynesia, and the Great Pacific Rim. All the different watersheds and bioregions of Mother Earth, all the way around Russia, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Southeast Asia, Australia, Antarctica, India, Indonesia, China, Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Burma, Thailand, Myanmar, as they say, Laos, Cambodia, all the people of Mother Earth centering in and breathing in this being of peace for a little while. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. Breathing in peace, breathing out love. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. And a Mayan affirmation of greeting in Lakash. I am another yourself. Alakan, you are another myself. In Lakash, I am another yourself. Alakan, you are another myself. Breathing in Lakash, I am another yourself. Breathing out, Alakan, you are another myself. In that, today is called Windhorse, riding Windhorse to Terrapin Station. And I began to think about Terrapin Station. Such a great song by the Grateful Dead. I played it yesterday, which was a very sacred day for me, a very special day, August 21st. It was the first anniversary of the my trip to Columbia, Missouri, where I saw the total solar eclipse in totality, in its totality. And that was like for about 2 minutes, but it was looking directly into infinity. And when you see this total solar eclipse, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's indescribable. If you have the opportunity, which I believe will be coming up in 3 or 4 years, it will be in totality a total solar eclipse in Ohio and southern Missouri on that particular time. I believe it's April of 2020 or 2021, something like that. It's within a couple of years. So set the controls for the heart of the total solar eclipse. We'll do that here at the assemblage point, which is part of the Don Juan teachings of the Nawal and the Tonal, the inner being of where we set our intent. So we set our intent here at the assemblage point for setting the controls for the heart of the total solar eclipse in early 2020, 21, somewhere in there, in Ohio. And at that as well, may the least of these, and care for the loving care and the loving kindness for the least of these. And that is our first precept. Care for the least of these, the poor, the indigent, the downhearted, the brokenhearted, especially the brokenhearted, those that are in despair, those that are in depression, those that are in lockup, those that are in the correction system, nothing correct about the correction system, those that are in hospitals and elderly homes, those that are differently abled people, in different homes, in different situations, such as Systems Unlimited in different places, where people have special needs, so they may be receiving tender, loving care and righteous, loving behavior. And praise to those who are the helpers, the caretakers, the nurses, the doctors, the social workers, the attendants who do the daily heavy work and the daily work of helping people with special needs, especially the young people and our elderly. It's time to remember love for the elderly, for they are the keepers of the wisdom tree. The elders are the keepers of the wisdom tree. Without the elders, we have no vision. That is, without the elders, we have no vision. Special care for the elders, loving care, kindness, and care for the least of these. So if we're going to live outside Babylon, even for an instant, we got to keep the precepts. And these are the precepts: to care for the least of these with loving kindness. Everything else flows from that, as well as follow the path with the question, does this path have a heart? That's the precept. Does this path have a heart? Also loving care for the least of these, simply called kindness. And that is breathing in peace, breathing out love. Breathing in love, breathing out peace. For this, and taking care of our sisters and brothers, our mothers and fathers, our strangers who we don't know, that is the task, that is the quest. To bend over, reach over and help someone, reach out and help someone, reach out and teach someone. Let someone teach and reach to you. Be open in receiving. For in receiving and also in giving, for that is the greatest gift. In that sense, we'll have a piece that I wrote today, considering all the world events. We had two fairly high-placed people in the Republican Party in the United States political sphere, Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty, or were found guilty by a jury of their peers, and Cohen pleaded guilty to like 8 counts of perjury, and some were felony counts. So there's a rock in the Casbah in the higher parts of the power elite, as well. The Catholic Church is going through a terrible time with the findings that are all these pedophilia cases, not only in the United States, but Chile and Ireland and all around the globe. And in Pennsylvania, a week ago, the Attorney General said that the grand jury they didn't have the complete findings, but so far they found that over 1,000 children had been abused by priests and by bishops over the last 40 to 50 years, and that included at least 300 priests. So you got to get it right, Catholic Church, and there is a call for the resignation of all the bishops of the American Catholic Church. And it's a time that these priests, having done that kind of crime, need to be in jail. They can no longer say separation of religion on this one and pass it and mysteriously whisk it around and be in denial. They have to face the jury of their peers, and if they're guilty, be found guilty and go to prison. No more of this sweet talk. Let's clean the house here. It'll make it better. So start the conversation, which allows women into the powers of the positions of power in the Catholic Church. It's time for Mother, Father, God, not just Father, God. It's time for Mother, Father, God. And also trafficking, children trafficking in satanic cults and Luciferian cults and and killing of children. It's unspeakable, the crimes as these groups do. Time for their time is time. Your time's up, and we're coming after you, all you pedophiles and all you Satanists and all you child baby killers. And if you're in the CIA or in the FBI and you're denying that, and you're in positions of power in the Republican Party or positions of power in Washington and having these child sex parties, your time is over. The veils have thinned, and the exposure is full on now. And it's just a matter of time where we're going to roll it up and we're going to haul you in, and you're going to do time. If needs be, you're going to rest of your life behind bars. And that's a promise. No more child raping, no more child killing, no more pedophilia, no more human trafficking, and little boys and little girls and big parties and DC power elites, big senators and so forth, and no more intelligence agencies selling kids for $50,000 to $75,000 a piece. Yeah, that's right. So on we go. So I wrote this piece with a look at Terrapin Station, and I applied it to a peace walk that we did called the Walk Across America for Mother Earth, and it began in Columbia Circle, United Nations, and it went all the way to the nuclear test site in Nevada, which was, I believe it was like a 7.5 month walk, peace walk from United Nations, New York City, called Walk Across America for Mother Earth. And I could see a lot of relations between the song the Grateful Dead had called Terrapin Station and this peace walk that we walked for a complete nuclear disarmament, and also atonement and reconciliation for 500 years of massacre and genocide on Native American peoples in this North American continent since the time that Columbus invaded. So I received some Tibetan prayer flags, like I said, on a sacred day, which was the 21st of August, which was a year anniversary of the solar eclipse totality. And so I'm wearing those special Tibetan prayer flags today and honoring that peace walk that we did called Walk Across America for Mother Earth, and applied the Windhorse is what the name of these Tibetan prayer flags has another name called Windhorse, because they blow in the wind like a horse riding on the wind. So I applied riding the Windhorse to Terrapin Station. Such is the name of this GreenFire, golden eternity of this hour. So I resolved to evolve. And in resolving to evolve, I composed this riding Windhorse to Terrapin Station. Today, August 22nd, it's a blue sunny sky today. It's a blue sunny sky today. High puffy clouds where mother ships abound. High puffy clouds that form pillow talk for lovers. High puffy clouds that form pillow talk for lovers. It's a day for lovers, after all. It's a sunny ray day. University has just started, where the youth is starting truth and its quest for it. It's a great day to be in Iowa City. It's a great day to be in Iowa City. It's a great day to be in Iowa City, where so many dreams are birthed, where so many dreams have collapsed, where so many dreams have raised once again, in a perennial forgiveness bubble and a geodesic dome of possibility, where buckyballs are still up in the air and you can play with them as the eternal consort of the merry pranksters on a whim. populate the Pentecrest in any old way, saying, hey, you'll do. And Iowa City is where so many dreams are birthed, and where so many dreams are collapsed, and where so many dreams are raised once again. In a perennial forgiveness bubble and a perennial possibility, geodesic dome of possibility, where buckyballs are still up in the air, and you can play with them as the eternal consort of the married pranksters on a whim, and populate the Pentecrest, floating that frisbee all day across the green array of grass, and populate the Pentecrest in any old way, saying, hey, you'll do. And you got to be bold to commit to this dream, and you got to be bold to commit to this dream, and you got to be bold to commit to this dream. I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. And you got to be bold to commit to this dream. I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. And we begin out in Kanza on this, the threshold of a dream. Here, where you do take the chance, and you step out onto the yellow brick road. Way down low in Wamego, under a city park streetlight, playing hacky sack until with the local kids till dawn, till sunup, with a rainbow tie-dye t-shirt that has Tibetan prayer flags all around. Way up high in the middle of the sky, in a fixity of the hammock across the universe, and spinning the wheel of summer on the high altar of August, and spinning the wheel of summer across the vast prairie only known to walkers of the dawn. And this whole ribbon in telluric earth rhythms has been in activation from Columbus Circle, United Nations, since March 1st, in a triadic note structure of Belgians, First Nation American Indians, and Euro-Americans, who formed a loose harmonic convergence to boldly step out and commit to the journey, March 1st. And these are high-stepping walkers for this planetary journey, a roll-up of 500 years of sins and massacres and genocide set into motion when Columbus rolled up on the shores of Americua in 1492. There's no hue that can paint the deep color of black of this shame. There's no hue that can paint the deep color of black of this shame. And here we are in our tie-dye t-shirts that has Tibetan prayer flags that say, may peace prevail upon earth, all around, way up high, in the middle of the sky, in a fixity of the hammock of the universe, and spinning the wheel of summer across the vast prairie, only known to walkers of the dawn. And this whole ribbon in telluric earth rhythms has been in activation from Columbus Circle, United Nations, New York City, since March 1st, and it's well nigh 2/3 of the way through autumn, in a triadic note structure of Belgians, First Nation American Indians, and Euro-Americans, who formed a loose harmonic convergence to boldly step out and commit to the journey, March 1st. And these are high-stepping walkers for this planetary journey, a roll-up of 500 years of sins and genocide set into motion when Columbus rolled up on the shores of Americua in 1492. There is no hue that can paint the deep color of black of this shame in an all-out Wasichu game of greed at any cost, including Holocaust of Native Americans and the Holocaust of the indigenous red people, who were following the good red road, the road of life. It took this tri-woven ethnicity to begin the journey. It took this tri-woven ethnicity of Europeans, Native American, First Nation Indians, and Euro-Americans to begin this journey on a holy good Hoka-Hey Day, a day of reconciliation, a day of 500 years, a day of reconciliation of 500 years of massacre of Indian people all over Turtle Island, North America, South America, Central America. And this ain't no small shame. As we crossed the Missouri River into Kanza, Windhorse arrived. We rode into Leavenworth Penitentiary and held a 72-hour tribunal on the crimes of the 7th Cavalry and George Armstrong Custer in our 3-day witness for Leonard Peltier in front of the Leavenworth prison. We received many medicine teachings from Leonard Peltier's mother in a sacred council fire on the banks of the wide Missouri, O Shenandoah. And Windhorse stomped itself into a flame and became the spirit of Crazy Horse in this Heshke name of the craziest of the crazies, and we rolled west. This deep color of black of this shame is an all-out Wasichu game of greed, including the at any cost, and this Wasichu game of greed at any cost, including the Holocaust of the indigenous red people following the good red road, the road of life. It took this tri-woven ethnicity to begin the journey on a holy good Hoka-Hey Day. It's a good day to die, as Lakota warriors would say, as Crazy Horse and Red Cloud and Sitting Bull would say, Hoka-Hey, it's a good day to die. Which means it's a good day to live. A Hoka-Hey Day, a day of reconciliation of 500 years of massacre of Indian people all over Turtle Island. And this ain't no small shame. It's a huge... As we crossed the Missouri River into Kanza, the Windhorse arrived. We rode into Leavenworth Penitentiary and held a 72-hour tribunal on the crimes of the 7th Cavalry and George Armstrong Custer at the Battle of Greasy Grass, at Little Bighorn, and many others all across the West, places of massacre and shame. Sand Creek, Wounded Knee, name them. There's plenty of shame to go around. And these crimes of the 7th Cavalry, and we did a 3-day witness for Leonard Peltier in front of Leavenworth Prison. We received many medicine teachings from Leonard Peltier's mother in a sacred council fire on the banks of the wide Missouri, O Shenandoah. And the Windhorse stomped itself into a flame and became the spirit of Crazy Horse in this Heshke name of the craziest of the crazies. And we rolled west and rode Windhorse across the Kanza Prairie, across the Flint Hill country of eastern Kanza. Higher, higher, higher we rode into the Smoky Hill country of the Great Plains. Higher, higher, higher we rode into the Smoky Hill country of the Great Plains. climbing, sometimes falling, and climbing once again to get to Terrapin. We crossed the 100th meridian and did sacred double ring ceremonies of condolence at the Sand Creek Massacre in eastern Colorado. Climbing, sometimes falling, climbing, sometimes falling, climbing, sometimes falling up into the high shining mountains to get to Terrapin. Rainbow gathering was across the Great Divide at Paonia to get to Terrapin. What an inspiration. Climbing, sometimes falling, and back up again to get to Terrapin. And to the rainbow gathering across the Great Divide at Paonia in the high going through the sun trail of July. And to get to Terrapin in the Great Basin at Segovia, which is Nevada, the Western Shoshone Nation, in the Treaty of Ruby Valley of 1864. And to get to Terrapin in the Great Basin at the Segovia, which is the Colorado, just beyond the Colorado Plateau in Nevada, Segovia, Western Shoshone Nation. And we arrived in this Great Basin at Segovia 500 years to the day that Columbus invaded Americua. And that was October 12th. 500 years to the day that Columbus invaded Americua. And there we shut down the underground nuclear testing and had a moratorium signed by the president of the White House. The president of the White House signed a moratorium, and we forced him to do it, where we shut down the underground nuclear testing through that moratorium. 500 years to the day that Columbus invaded Americua. And there, for all time, we got to Terrapin Station. An inspiration, let it flow. Embrace the impossible, walk in beauty. And in this holy good day, this sunny good day, on this inspiration day, we got to Terrapin Station, the nuclear test site in Nevada, and we shut down underground nuclear testing. Inspiration for the 7th generation yet to come. In the spirit name of all of our ancestors and elders, for the 7th generation yet to come, in the golden eternity of this living tree, of this hour, in the living time, in this golden eternity of the living time. And we turned around time, right on time. So we ride in the Windhorse to Terrapin Station. We resolved to evolve into a nuclear-free planet. We've come to reclaim our lands. We've come to reclaim our divine feminine. We've come to reclaim our lives. We resolve to evolve. Riding Windhorse to Terrapin Station. It's a blue sunny sky today. High puffy clouds where mother ships abound. High puffy clouds that form pillow talk for lovers. It's a day for lovers after all. It's a sunny ray day. The university has just started, where youth is starting truth and its quest for it. It's a great day to be in Iowa City. It's a great day to be in Iowa City, where so many dreams are birthed, where so many dreams have collapsed, and where so many dreams have been raised once again. in a perennial forgiveness bubble of compassion and a geodesic dome of possibility, where buckyballs are still up in the air and you can play with them as the eternal consort of the merry pranksters on a whim. On a whim, people. On a whim, people. Populate the Pentecrest and fly frisbees all day in any old way, saying, hey, you'll do. Hey, you'll do. And you got to be bold to commit to this dream. And you got to be bold to commit to this dream. I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance. And we begin out in Kanza, on this the threshold of a dream, here where you do take the chance and you step out onto the yellow brick road, here where you do take the chance and you step out onto the yellow brick road, way down low in Wamego in Kanza, under a city park streetlight, playing hacky sack with the local kids till dawn, sunrise, with a rainbow tie-dye t-shirt that has Tibetan prayer flags all around, way up high in the middle of the sky, way up high in the middle of the sky, in the fixity of the hammock of the universe, and spinning the wheel of summer, and spinning the wheel of summer in the 144,000 rainbow dreamer wheels of the rainbow gathering, and spinning the wheel of summer across the vast prairie only known to walkers of the dawn. And this whole ribbon in telluric earth rhythms has been in activation from Columbus Circle, United Nations since March 1st, in a triadic note structure of Belgians, First Nation American Indians, and Euro-Americans who formed a loose harmonic convergence to boldly step out, commit to the journey on this March 1st. And these are the high-stepping walkers. And these are high-stepping walkers for this planetary journey, a roll-up of 500 years of sins and genocide, set in motion when Columbus rolled up on the shores of Americua in 1492. There's no hue that can paint the deep color of black of this shame. There's no hue that can paint the deep color of black of this shame. In an all-out Wasichu game of greed, at any cost, including Holocaust of the indigenous red people, following the good red road, the indigenous folks were following the good red road, the road of life, the road of migration, the road of nomadic journeys, following the herd, following the tribe, following the good red road. It took this tri-woven ethnicity to begin the journey on a holy good Hoka-Hey day. It took this tri-woven ethnicity to begin this journey on a holy good Hoka-Hey day. A day of reconciliation, a day of atonement, a day that was a year that was a fractal of the 500 years, half millennium of genocide and massacre. A day of reconciliation of 500 years of massacre of Indian peoples. All over Turtle Island, all over North America, all over South America, all over Central America. And this ain't no small shame. As we crossed Missouri River into Kanza, Windhorse arrived. Windhorse arrived. We rode Windhorse into Leavenworth Penitentiary and held a 72-hour tribunal on the crimes of the 7th Cavalry. In our 3-day witness for Leonard Peltier, who was framed and set up in a kangaroo court. And so we had a 3-day witness for Leonard Peltier in front of Leavenworth Prison. We received many medicine teachings from Leonard Peltier's mother in the Sacred Council fire on the banks of the wide Missouri. O Shenandoah, O Shenandoah, wash our spirits clean. O great mystery, wash our spirits clean. O Wakantanka, wash our spirits clean. O Lamb of God, wash our spirits clean. O Shenandoah, wash our spirits clean. And Windhorse stomped itself into a flame. And Windhorse stomped itself into a flame. And Windhorse stomped itself into a flame and became the spirit of Crazy Horse. And became the spirit of Crazy Horse in this Heshke Hokahe Day Heshke name. And Windhorse stomped itself into a flame and became spirit of Crazy Horse in this Heshke Hokahe Day name. In the craziest of the crazies, who would not be reconciled to the white man's ways. In the spirit of Crazy Horse and the craziest of the crazies, the Heshkes, who would not be reconciled to the white man's game. And became the spirit of Crazy Horse, and the spirit of the Heshkes, the craziest of the crazies, would not be reconciled to the white man's game. And we rolled west, and we rolled west, and we rolled west, and rode the Windhorse across the Kanza Prairie, and rode the Windhorse across the Kanza Prairie into the Flint Hill country, and re-rode the Windhorse across the Kanza Prairie, past the Kanza River, the Kansas River, the Kanza River, across the Kanza Prairie and the Flint Hill country. Higher and higher we rode, higher and higher we rode, higher and higher we rode into the Smoky Hill country of the Great Plains. We walked into the Smoky Hill country of the Great Plains, climbing, sometimes falling, climbing, sometimes falling, getting back up, climbing once again to get to Terrapin, climbing, sometimes falling, getting up again, climbing once again to get to Terrapin, climbing, sometimes falling, climbing, getting back up again, climbing to get to Terrapin. We crossed the 100th meridian. We crossed the 100th meridian in the high plains. Past the Great Plains, we entered the high plains drifters. We crossed the 100th meridian into the high-low country of western Kansas, eastern Colorado, climbing to get to Terrapin, and we crossed the 100th meridian and did sacred double-ring ceremonies of condolence and forgiveness for all the massacre of genocide of the Sisistas, the Cheyenne people, at Sand Creek. Climbing, sometimes falling, climbing, sometimes falling, crying for a vision, crying for a vision, crying for a vision, climbing, sometimes falling, climbing to the shining mountains, climbing, to the shining mountains to get to Terrapin. Climbing the shining mountains to get to Terrapin. The rainbow gathering across the great continental divide at Paonia. Climbing to get to Terrapin, up into the shining mountains, up over the continental divide, crossing the great divide, getting to the rainbow gathering at Paonia. Climbing, sometimes falling and back up again. Climbing, sometimes falling and back up again to get to Terrapin in the great basin of Nueva Segovia. 500 years to the day, October 12th, when Columbus invaded America. There we shut down the underground nuclear testing against the will of the Pentagon and the Darkness on Earth, the Department of Energy, and the White House. Against all of that power elite, we shut down underground nuclear testing and forced the President in the White House to sign a moratorium, which is in effect to this day. And we got to Terrapin Station, riding the Windhorse. We got to Terrapin Station. Ah, inspiration. Anahokahe, 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 with the craziest of the Heshkes. On a crazy good day. It was a good day to die. It was a great day to live. Aho. Riding the Windhorse to Terrapin Station, all across Turtle Island Nation. And such is the resolve to evolve. For all of us, red, yellow, black, and white, the rainbow hues of all of humanity. Resolving to evolve. And sometimes thrice Hermes Trismegistus has a secret hymn. This is one of the hymns of Hermes, Hermes Trismegistus. Let every nature of the world receive the utterance of my hymn. Open, thou earth, let every bolt of the abyss be drawn for me. Stir not, ye trees. I am about to hymn creation's Lord, both all and one. Ye heavens open and ye winds stay still, and let God's deathless sphere receive my word. For I will sing the praise of him who founded all, who fixed the earth and hung up heaven, and gave command that oceans should afford sweet water to the earth, to both those parts that are inhabited and those that are not, for the support and the use of every man, who made the fire to shine for gods and men for every act. Let us together all give praise to him, sublime above the heavens of every nature, Lord. 'Tis he who is the eye of mind. May he accept the praise of these my powers. Ye powers that are within me, him, the one and all, sing with my will, powers all that are within me. O blessed Gnosis, by thee illumined, hymning through thee the light that mind alone can see, I joy in joy of mind. I joy in joy of mind. O blessed Gnosis, by these illumined, hymning through thee the light that mind alone can see, I joy in joy of mind. Sing with me praises, all ye powers. Sing praise, my self-control, sing thou through me, my righteousness, the praises of the righteous. Sing thou my sharing all, the praises of the all. Through me sing truth, truth's praises. Sing thou, O good, the good, O life and light. From us to you our praises flow. Father, I give thee thanks to thee, thou, energy of all my powers. I give thee thanks, O God, thou power of all my energies. The reason sings through me thy praises. Thy reason sings through me thy praises. Take back through me the all into thy reason, my reasonable oblation. Thus cry the powers in me. They sing thy praise, thou all, and they do thy will. From thee, thy will, to thee, the all. Receive from all the reasonable oblation, the all that is in us, O life, preserve, O light, illumine it, O God, inspirit it. It is thy mind that plays the shepherd to thy word. O thou Creator, bestower of the Spirit upon all, for thou art God, thy man thus cries to thee, through fire, through air, through earth, through water, and through spirit, through thy creatures. 'Tis from thy eon I have found praise giving, and in thy will the object of my search, and I found rest. We can see that this is no ordinary hymn, no hymn conceived in the mode of psalms to which we have been used to, but the nursing outpouring of a man who has begun to realize the nature of his own spiritual dignity and proper place in the universe, based on the tradition of what is best in Egyptian theurgy, or that divine energizing which sends forth words of command that all nature willingly obeys. He is about to utter words that are true, words that from the true go unto the true, without let or hindrance. Every nature will therefore receive such words and hand them on. All elements will hasten to serve the man who is serving God with the lawful liturgy of his whole nature. The earth in the midst, the heaven above, the abyss beneath, will open all the gates of their secret ways to let the true words of him who is true of word pass onwards to the deathless sphere of the true God, that is, to the Ion itself. Therein the true God dwells, not to some space of heaven or of earth or of the abyss, but to that which transcends them and is the source, preserver, and end of all of them. Not only the trees of the earth, but also the trees of paradise, the divine beings that dwell in aeonic bliss, will rest in reverent silence as the potent praise of proper reverence passes to the end of all adorations. The winds of earth will still themselves, and the winds of heaven, the intelligent breaths in the inmost chambers of man's greater mind. From the praise-giving is not poured forth to this or that daimon or god, but unto the Lord of all, and they, the obedient ones, whose life consists in praising God, cannot but rejoice that the disobedient one should at last of his own free will join in the unwearied liturgy of nature. The hymn is in praise of the one and all, of the one Lord of all creation, who is both the one and the creates and the all that is created. It is a hymn sung in harmony with the liturgy. The nature of the persons of the latter Trinity is still further revealed in the transmutability of these hypostases by praising God as the energy of all powers and power of all energies, that is, light and life again. Light, the masculine energy; life, the feminine nourisher. The father and motherhood of God, the good, the logos, the reason of things. From thee thy will, to thee the all. And thus, that is, from thee proceeds thy will, thou art the source, thy desire, thy love. From thee as Father, through thee as Mother, to which we may add, to thee as Son. And so the hymn singer continues, and that is the hymn singer within the golden eternity of this hour of green fire. May the spirit beings bless upon you all the radiance that is shining through you and one and all. Blessings and peace.